Hey, what's going on, everyone? Just coming at y'all real quick with another one. You know what I'm saying? I'm just out and about. You know what I'm saying? Here at the here at the park. You know what I'm saying? Doing what men should be doing, living their life, uh, building and taking care of and cultivating with their children or other young adults or in society. You know, being a presence. Hey, what's up? Okay, and I think that's the thing about it. When it comes to being that present, um, I guess it just amazes me how you know the time that I've been off, or I've been watching in the recent few years, how men are looking for a safe, comfortable area to be men. I guess they want to feel like they can be a man somewhere, or they want to be respected, or they don't feel that the climate is conducive for them. But I got to be realistic. You're not going to find it. Um, you're not going to find it on social media. I never, I never thought I would keep hearing that if you're not, that you need other men to amplify your masculinity in you being a man. That's bonkers to me because I'm like, how can anybody cap off you being a man? Who can stop you? Can't be a woman. Can't be society. That's something that you're born into. That in this day and age, you should be more than willing to participate in. As I watch, my children, my family moving around and running around and doing things, I'm moving forward. Because I understand that um, my presence is now than ever needed, and it's going to have to be something that you yourself, as a individual, are going to have to go find and procure and build yourself. Just like how you know a lot of men before you and after you will have to do. It's going to have to be something that you're going to have to want to stand up and build for yourself. I don't know why men want to have a safe space to be men, because that's something that you can make your space, and it doesn't have to be on a digital marketing avenue to do that. You're a builder. You're a creator. You're a definer of your own right. So you can set it up for yourself. Now, every day in any and everything I do, I I create myself and who I am. I let my mane hang. You know what I'm saying? And I just live in my legacy. It wasn't an easy thing to make, but it was something that I made and that I still am making. As I sit with my children and my family and those around me, I sit there. Exactly, Aircraft Sparky. I don't think we ever needed a safe space for us to be masculine. But because as men, We make our own space. We make we make our own future and our own destiny. I never needed some type of um my presence is just being there is what makes some people have a certain type of contention of feeling whether it may be safe or danger. And I work hard to build up that type of area. It's dawned upon me that people have so much depended upon digital media for that type of gratification, for respect and, you know, accomplishment, that when it comes to them being having them accolades of being a man or what it takes to or what it minds them to be a man, you know, if they don't feel like they're in that type of light or presence, then they feel less than a man. They feel less than a boy or a man coming into his own right. And if you're waiting for them to accept you, then you're gravely going to be lost. People say, people saying you're selling out Man of Spirit BMT. What you think? I could care what they think. I could honestly care less because honestly, the Man of Spirit never made me a man. I was a man before I came. I honestly don't care. It's YouTube. YouTube doesn't define me. YouTube doesn't never created me. YouTube never built me. YouTube does nothing for me. Social media has no emphasis of a ploy. YouTube has Social media has never done anything to build, feed, or let alone help edify my legacy, my children, my people, my legacy. When you're depending on those kind of things, then they have no volume. They have no type of conjuring of depth in that. See, that is the edifying of a meaning of being a man. How would how would he be selling out? The man is speaking truth. Thank you, Sparky. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I never needed social media or any type of thing to tell me the condition of that of being a man. I just lived my life. I have the respect of men and women in my community. I have the respect of my household and my children, my woman, my people. I show up to community meetings. I participate and make my presence known. And by doing that, I understand that if I were to leave it up to social media for validation of what I need to be as a man, then truly the household is very much so lost. This is the thing of why a lot of men, you lose out on your blessing and your God-given freedom because we allow social media, a digital marketing database of conjuring up lies and dictatorship to tell us as men what it is to be a man. I could care less with a politician that's never done anything for me to tell me about being a man. I could care less for any type of social media guru or anybody, man or woman, on digital market space, tell me on what it is for me or any other man to be a man. My masculinity is not based on a digital media space. When men follow behind that, that just shows you that literally the balance of masculinity is gravely being challenged or literally being waned away because you need a safe space to be or to speak freely as a man. Lionel Richie is a grown man. Lionel Richie is a grown man who has raised his kids. Now he's divorced and now he's in another relationship with a woman. It is not my place to dictate or challenge another man that is in a relationship, in a consensual relationship with a woman. I feel like that's where we as people are falling short to think that we have our opinions matter in that of the presence of another man in his life, especially if another man has already raised his children, take care of his children and his family, and literally now that he's of a certain age in his life and when his life is sunsetting, that other people should have a voice in what he does or who he fellowships with, that they literally think that they should have to mean. Nobody has that right. Nobody. This is why I say the dawn, the era of man or masculinity is sadly being waned away because people think that of certain digital spaces or media, like I said, most people on social media, I can cam up my life, my livelihood, my fellowship, my my being at peace because I'm not ashamed. All my kids, come here real quick. All my kids, come here. Y'all come here real quick. Where's all my kids at? That's mine. That's mine. Javon, no, you grown. You ain't my child. You a grown ass man. I'll see you in shake hands. That's my child. That's my child. That's my voluptuous big booty woman. That's my next door neighbor. All these nobody, nobody can critique me on how to be a man with me or my children or my woman in my community, but me. I'm a lion in my own safari. I don't need nobody. I never did. Most men have forgotten how to stand alone and be a man. Most men have forgotten how to stand on their own foundation of moral beliefs and just be a man. Not me. I'd rather be alone. I'd rather be alone and raise my children and go my own way and live in my and bask in my truth and my masculinity with the sun on my face and goddamn persecution of what I do on my back. And I understand me being a man, I'm going to be persecuted. Me being a father in this type of climate, I'm going to be judged. Me being a husband, me being me being a man that actually believes in my core beliefs, my conservatism of the family. And yeah, I said conservatism of the family, of my way of life. I am going to always be persecuted, or somebody's going to always have something to say about me and any and everything that I do. And see, the thing about it is, I'm fine with that. I don't need no space. I don't need no digital marketing place. I don't need no culture or anybody to tell me how to be a man. I'm fine walking in my truth. I never gave a shit for the thoughts of others that do nothing to ever help me build my nation. And when you come into that type of realization of a thinking process, I promise you, I guarantee you, oh my gosh, life, your lifestyle, it just, but I can never care because I understand at the end of the day, you'll never be there when I need you most. But I have to depend on me. That's one thing my parents taught me. That's one thing my parents taught me. Anytime my children were sick, I never saw another man run to their bedside. That was always me. Huh? Anytime, anytime my daughters needed re-edification of what it means to be a father or what a good man should look like, come on, mom. Ride that bike. How you doing, man? You know, it's a lonely journey. It's a lonely journey. See, I think that's the thing about it. When it comes to masculinity, a lot of a lot of men want other men to walk alongside with them in being a man. A lot of men want other men to walk alongside with them in being a man. And the thing about it is, I can promise you, you're not going to always have people with you. You're not going to always have people. I remember at one time I used to have to hold him when he would ride his bike. I would have to hold that boy while he rode his bike and balance him. Now he's at a level where he's riding by himself. And he's like, Daddy, why'd you let me go? Why'd you let me go? And I said, Son, I had to let you go because I had to know just how far you could go by yourself. You had to find out how far you could go. I can always see you on the track of life. See, on this track of life that we walk, I could always see where because I've already walked the track. I've already done my laps. But he's now learning how to tread the track of life. I could always see where my son is going. I can see where my daughter's going. I can see where my other son is going. I can always see where my children are going on the track of life. But the thing about it is, when they call for me, I will run to them. I will pick them up and say, come on, you got this. But at the end of the day, they're riding on their own. Me, I'm walking. I'm walking. And I understand that, you know what? If I were to wait for other people who are on the sidelines to tell me, you're gonna walk with daddy? You sure you wanna walk with me? I don't know. I'm walking pretty slow. You can leave me if you want to. Why don't you want to leave me? You want to be with your dad? Or you gotta go without me, baby. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to wait for me. Okay, I guess you want to stay with me. Well, some of them don't want to leave me. I don't know why. But it happens. You might get one or two of them that might want to stay with the nest. You know, you got to push that one out. You know what I'm saying? But, however, you know what I'm saying? But she feels protected. She feels protected when she's close to her father, when she's close to that of the masculinity that I provide. You feel protected? You feel safe right here? Um, you don't want to go out there with the others? Why not? You could go out there and ride. You can have fun. I see you. I promise you. No matter where you go, I can see you. Okay? So go ahead out there. I will never be too far away. And sometimes that's all they need. Sometimes that's all they need to hear is that of the comfort of a man saying, no matter what, I won't be too far away. You okay? Just tired? Okay. And sometimes that's what it's gonna take. You gotta tell them that, hey, you can go on. I won't be too far away, and I'll always be able to run up there to you. You just gotta keep pushing them. Go on. Go on. I see you. I'm all the way on the other side of the track. But I see her. I see all my children. They always have a connection to call out to me. Then that's the thing that's where I say I can't wait on people on some social media or digital space. When y'all ask about selling out, how do you sell out? How can I sell out myself? How can I? Huh? You got my back? Hmm. That's what a daughter's for? Are you a daughter for having a dad's back? Well, I thank you very much for having my back. It's good to know my daughter has my back. Who knows? Thank you, baby. Yes, I did something right to know that I have a woman have my back. A young woman. Who knows, man? I'm figuring things out one day at a time. I think that's one of the things I've learned about being a man. Every day I'm learning something new of myself for my people, so that way when the time comes, I can pass it on to them. That's something that a lot of us don't want to admit to, that we're still learning. We don't know everything. We don't, and I try not to pretend that I know everything. I'm just a man on this earth that's walking, trying to figure things out. And I get it, I'm not the most popular, and I don't care to be, or never will I ever try to be, or literally I can promise you I can show you the flaws or the kinks in my relationship, or things I've made, and I'm fine with that. Because I know that as a man I'm going to make mistakes, I'm going to fall short from grace. But it's not what I do, it's how I get back up in that moment and in that time of need. Social media can judge me. That's fine. I don't care. But I was going to always be judged since I came out the womb. We're always going to get judged. You're always going to be condemned about something. You can't make everybody happy, nor should you ever try. But what you can do is live your best accord and do right by those who of your accord and your creed. And so long as you know that, you understand that. And I'm not saying every man needs to be a father, every man needs to be a husband, every man needs to be X, Y, and Z. I'm saying live right and do right by you, and make sure that you treat those around you with some type of respect and dignity that you feel that you should be treated. And when you do that, I promise you, them days that every time you take a step, will get a lot more easier. So I believe. So I'm BMT. Thank you guys. Peace.